Yo, what's good, ThriveBit fam? Ever feel like you're totally clueless, messing up job interviews, bombing at sales, or just stuck in life? We've all been there. Studies from the American Psychological Association show 80% of us fail at our goals because we don't face our weaknesses head-on. But today, we're fixing that. I'm Andy, and welcome to ThriveBit, your go-to YouTube podcast for business hacks and personal growth. In this video, I'm dropping 3 killer strategies to stop being clueless and level up your life. These work whether you're a student, a 9-to-5er, or an entrepreneur chasing big dreams. We'll cover real examples, practical steps, and a mindset shift to make you unstoppable. Smash that subscribe button, hit the bell, and let's dive in. Thrive on. Strategy 1. Own your weaknesses. All right, first strategy to stop being clueless. Own your weaknesses. Don't dodge, don't make excuses, just admit when you're dropping the ball. Harvard Business Review says facing your flaws boosts growth by 25%. Most people blame bad luck or not being a fit when they fail. That's a trap. It keeps you stuck. Admitting you're clueless is the fastest way to get sharp. Picture this. You apply for a dream job. The pay's fire, the vibe's perfect. You ace the resume round, but at the interview you crash and burn. A week later, you get that dreaded "we're moving forward with other candidates" email. Ouch. Most folks would say, "Oh, I got unlucky," or "it wasn't meant to be." That's nonsense. You learn nothing from that. Instead, own it. I bombed the interview. I was unprepared. My answers were weak. Be brutal. APA says honest self-assessment cuts repeat failures by 20%. Or say you're selling stuff online, maybe clothes or tech gadgets. You're hyped, but sales are zero. Zilch. Most people go, "I'm just not cut out for this," or "the market's bad." Wrong move. Admit it. My marketing sucks. I'm clueless about ads. That's your starting point. By owning the problem, you can fix it. Learn SEO, study sales funnels, whatever. Dodging the truth? You're stuck at zero. This ain't about feeling bad. It's about power. Admitting you're clueless isn't weakness. It's strength. It's saying, "I see where I'm at, and I'm climbing up." Don't sugarcoat it like, "I'm not that bad." Nah, call it what it is. If you're bombing, you're at 0, not a 5. APA says self-delusion wastes 15% more mental energy than facing reality. A buddy of mine tanked a pitch because he rambled. He blamed nerves at first, then owned it, practiced, and nailed his next one. Own your weaknesses and you're halfway to winning. Strategy 2. Treat time like an investment. Every choice you make, every hour you spend, is a bet. Bet on stuff that pays off, not stuff that tanks. Forbes says 70% of people waste time on low-value tasks because they don't weigh the return. Stop that. Before you commit, ask, what's the payoff? What's the cost? If it's a losing deal, bounce. Here's an example. Your buddy hits you up for coffee. Sounds chill, but this guy's a total downer. Every time you hang, he complains about his boss, his broke life, everything. You leave feeling drained, like you just sat through a 2-hour pity party. Now, weigh it. The cost? 2 hours of your night, plus a bad mood. The payoff? Maybe you keep the friendship, but is it worth it? Nope. That's a bad investment. Politely say, "I'm slammed tonight," and protect your time. APA says cutting toxic interactions boosts mental clarity by 20%. Now flip it. You see a long article online, say on business trends or coding tips. It's dense, and your first instinct is to scroll past. But hold up. Weigh the investment. Cost? Maybe 30 minutes of focus. Payoff? You learn skills that make you stand out. Most people skip long reads. Statista says 80% of readers bail on deep content. If you dive in, you're ahead of the pack. Plus, you build momentum for tackling bigger stuff like books or courses. And if you're feeling stuck this week, finishing that article gives you a win, a boost to your confidence. That's a solid investment. Dive in. This mindset's a game changer. Before you say yes to anything, hanging out, scrolling TikTok, starting a project, ask, is this worth my time? Will I come out ahead? If the answer's no, skip it. An entrepreneur I know stopped joining pointless meetups and focused on learning marketing. Result? Her sales doubled in a year. Time's your biggest asset. Invest it wisely, and you'll stop being clueless fast. Strategy 3. See things from multiple angles. Don't just buy the first story you hear, especially not the loudest one. Most people react fast and get it wrong. Nielsen says snap judgments lead to bad decisions 60% of the time. To stop being clueless, find at least 3 perspectives on any situation. It'll make you smarter and save you from drama. Take a hot-button issue, school bullying. You see a viral video of kids beating up a classmate. It's brutal, and the crowd just watches, filming for clout. The internet explodes, and most people pile on. Those kids are monsters. The bystanders are cowards. Where's the school? That's the crowd's view, and it feels right. But if you stop there, you're half blind. Now, try the victim's angle. Put yourself in their shoes. First, you're terrified, heart racing, nowhere to run. But dig deeper. Why didn't they tell anyone before? Maybe this wasn't the first time. Maybe they're scared to tell their parents, who might brush it off or blame them. Suddenly, you see the family's role. APA says 30% of kids don't report bullying due to weak family communication. That shifts the picture, right? Next, the school's angle. You might think, they're asleep at the wheel. But think about it. A school with 4,000 kids, maybe 200 staff, and fights happen in hidden corners. Teachers are swamped, often stuck in meetings during breaks. They're not perfect, but it's not just negligence. There's a limit to what they can control. You don't excuse them, but you get why it's tough. Now you've got 3 angles: the crowd's outrage, the kids' fear and silence, the school's constraints. What's the fix? Families need to be a safe space. Parents should be friends their kids can trust. Schools could add cameras or hire more staff, but that takes money, so parents might need to chip in. And kids? Teach them to call for help or defend themselves. Boom. Solutions, not just yelling. A teacher I know pushed for better parent communication after a bullying incident. Incidents dropped 15% in a year. This habit, finding 3 angles, makes you bulletproof. You'll dodge clickbait, conspiracy traps, and emotional scams. The crowd's usually wrong, fam. Think deeper, and you'll stop being clueless. How to apply it and pro tips. So how do you make these strategies stick? Here's the playbook. Step 1. Own your weaknesses. Next time you flop, at work, in a side hustle, whatever, write down what went wrong. Be brutal. I was unprepared. I didn't research. APA says writing it out boosts accountability by 25%. Step 2. Treat time like an investment. Before any commitment, list the cost, time, energy, and payoff. Skills, wins. If it's a loss, say no. Step 3. Practice multiple angles. For any big decision or hot topic, jot down 3 perspectives. It takes 5 minutes, but saves you from dumb moves. Pro tips. First, start small. Apply 1 strategy this week, like owning a small mistake at work. Second, don't overthink. If a time investment feels off, trust your gut and bail. Third, stay curious. Ask why to dig into new angles. It's how you grow. A coder I mentored owned his weak debugging skills, invested time in learning, and saw problems from users' views. He's now earning $90,000 a year. You got this. That's how you stop being clueless, fam. Own your weaknesses, invest your time wisely, and see every angle. These 3 strategies will transform your mindset and your life. Whether you're grinding at the gym, coding like a beast, or building a business. APA says clear self-awareness makes you 30% more likely to crush your goals. Your move. Pick one strategy and try it this week. Maybe admit a weakness or skip a bad time suck. Drop a comment below. Which strategy are you trying first? Smash that like button to spread the vibe and share this with anyone who needs a wake-up call. Don't forget to subscribe to ThriveBit and hit the bell for new hustle hacks. That's how you thrive, one bit at a time. Thrive on.